Hello, hello, hello. Hi, all people. We have something a little bit different today on this platform. My name is Nicholas. I'm a little new to stocks, a little bit new, but I'm trying to learn and fiddle around and throwing some money at some stuff. And so I thought, hey, why don't we look at some stuff that's a little bit interesting to me? One of the things that's been a little interesting to me is this company, AppLovin. Again, it's not financial advice. I don't fucking know, right? But AppLovin's something that's interesting to me because, well, it went up a lot. It went up a lot. That's really it, guys. I just like it when it goes up. You know what I mean? I like when the chart goes up. I don't really know, what I know about AppLovin is that they do mobile ads. You know what I mean? They do mobile ads. So like if you've seen some of these games, like mobile ad games, kind of the annoying mobile ad games or mobile ad games, they kind of do those predatory games, I guess. I get people to click on it and then they get big money. And then I know they also have some deal where they're trying to onboard new advertisers. Yeah, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? It's tough. You know what I mean? You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. Who the fuck is this guy? Exactly. Who the fuck is this guy? Tell me about it. Well, so AppLovin's something I'm looking at right now. Another thing I'm looking at is kind of the Bitcoin related stuff. But AppLovin's interesting to me. I'm pretty sure that AppLovin is something that has gone up. I think it was one of the best performing stocks in the last year. The secret's out. Yeah, but so AppLovin is something that's interesting to me. I really, so I had a call on AppLovin last week, and that didn't really work out too well. I had a call at 702.50, and it looked like that was going to work out, right? It looked like that was going to work out, and then look at that, straight down. So sometimes that happens, but AppLovin's been having a crazy. Thank you, GD. Thank you. It's been having so GD, it's the only way. Oh, here we go. Can I add you? You good?
No. I'm actually in a minute. I'm actually I'm going into an elevator or a stairwell.
We'll chat soon. So AppLovin, I'm pretty sure they got included in something called the S&P, which, I don't even know what the fuck that is, guys. What the fuck's the S&P? Like, seriously, I don't know. There's some big deal about AppLovin for joining the S&P. I guess it's the same as like Robinhood, something to do with S&P inclusion. You tell me what that means. I don't know, but for some reason, I think it means that they get into something else and then just keeps going up. Basically, it keeps going up if you get S&P inclusion. So that's something that's a little interesting to me. It's kind of hard also to bet against AppLovin, when you see that like they're able to really monetize these apps so well with these mobile advertisings. And like it makes you think that there's other companies that might be able to do the same type thing. You know what I mean? Might be able to do the same type thing, but it's also hard to find a company that's going to do that, And it's like they were a year ago. We're talking it's $100, $150, we're talking, a year ago, a little over a year ago, under $100, and all the way up to, whatever we were getting recently, $720, all that. And so these ads, there's big money in these ads. These developers, they're wanting to know how their ads work, which games work, basically. They make all these different games and they figure out which games people are clicking on and how people are, how they're able to advertise with it. Then they onboard new advertisers to do that. But there's a lot of other companies that do the same thing. So it is very Hey, welcome.
Oh, Nick.
How are you?
All right.
You're live. You're live. Sorry, I didn't see your message saying come on. My bad.
Okay, I've never been in my own thing before. Okay, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
But true. Nick, what are you talking about? Are you talking about
I'm talking about AppLovin. AppLovin. I don't know if you have any thoughts on AppLovin. I bought into AppLovin about a year ago. I didn't even know what they did at the time because I'm new to stocks. I had no idea. I just saw that the chart was going up, and then I bought a stock, just a single one. I saw it went up a little more, did a little more research, and I liked the idea of what their business does. You know what I mean?
Can you?
I really
You know
did.
what? Can you pull up? Are you using Yahoo? What do you use on Yahoo?
I can get Yahoo Finance app.
Pull up, yeah. Go to Yahoo Finance. Pull up the charts. Go to like the advanced charts.
Yep. Here we go. Like this. Look chart. Here we go. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because we got
all the stats in here too. We got like the PE ratio and like
put up the chart on the screen.
Whoops! I have it on the wrong. My bad. I have it right here. I have it on the wrong screen. My bad. Here we go. Right here. My bad.
No. Do advanced chart. And do a bar chart. Yeah, bar chart. What do we got? We got to show you how to do everything. Come on, you know how to do this.
I don't use these. I really don't.
Do a bar chart. Change its chart to a bar chart.
How do I do that?
Oh shit! What do you use?
Here we go.
Yeah,
right
so
here.
Open, high, low, close. Open, high, low, close. I don't even know what you're looking at, but open, high, low, close. Bar chart.
Okay. All right.
Bar chart. I want to see the open.
Open, high, low, close.
Yeah, open, high, low, close. Where's the?
So it's like the opens are like 682, something like that. I don't know how to find that on here. I have no idea. I don't know how to find that.
Okay. You know what? How about?
I don't even know what that really means. Just like what it opens out, what it closes.
Are you doing? Okay, this is.
I told you I'm new to this stuff. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So how about try? Can you pull up indicators at least? Indicators.
Yeah. I know moving average and stuff like that.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Put up moving average. 50. First do the 50 moving average.
All right.
And
okay, where is this on here? I don't know the here, let me log into my thing because I don't know how to use fucking I don't know how to use Yahoo Finance.
Okay, don't use bad language. We don't want to get Yahoo to give us this is a family friendly show. This is not like your other show. You know, Nick, this is not your
All right, I understand.
Yeah, this is the family channel.
Understood.
PG 13.
All right, so let me bring up the chart on my Robinhood. So that's easier.
Yeah, because what we want to do is we want to talk about. Okay, so let's basically this week's. I think the hot stocks this week. By the way, app. The reason I want to show you the app chart because the app chart actually looks like it's going to explode. It looks like actually app. And again, I don't care about app but this stock it looks like it's going to have like a blowout top, like it's going to probably.
That's what I was thinking, but I was wrong. I thought it was going to happen next week. Maybe it'll happen this week or next week or last week. I mean, is what I thought.
Well,
well,
that's the problem. Well, listen, this is the problem with degenerates like you who trade these options. Deep out of the money. You know what it is. Because you can't time it. Like you can't time it by the. You don't know exactly by the the week, but it looks like the chart looks like it's about to explode. The problem always with options is, I mean, you can't do the thing with you need at least 6 weeks, 6 weeks minimum because you never know. Like things can go in the short term. Like you don't know which way things are going to go in the short term. But the chart looks like it's going to have a complete blowout, and it can go way beyond $800. But pull up. Hey, can you pull up?
So here's the everyday moving average. It looks like this is the red line.
Hang on a second. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, so this is like
so this is the 50
completely retarded.
This is the 50 EMA. The red line. Do you see that?
I can't see. No, it's only half the screen.
I can't make it any bigger, man. It's here. I can do do that right there. That's the biggest I can get it.
Okay.
And then it's hang
on a second. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Let's go back to Yahoo Finance. Let's go back to Yahoo. Let's start over. Go to Yahoo Finance. Okay. Go to Yahoo.
Right. Here's Yahoo Finance app 11.
Okay. Okay. Stock summary.
Bar.
No. Go to the page. What do you call it? The summary. Whatever it is. Summary. Get rid of that. Get rid of the thing on the right. Okay. Okay. So there you see. Okay. There at the right above that thing it says chart or advanced chart. There's a button for chart or advanced chart.
Oh, this. Yeah, I saw it. Whoopsie. Okay. Yeah, right next to it. I saw that.
There you go. Okay. Okay. Now okay, at the top right. No, go back to the chart.
Yeah, no, it fucked me up. Go back on the chart. All right.
Go back to the chart. The chart, yeah. Then go to advanced chart. I think at the top right there's something for advanced chart. Settings.
Settings. Okay.
Yeah.
Settings. All right.
Yeah, and it should be chart type. Look for bar chart. I think it's called bar chart.
Okay. Yeah, we have bar chart.
Okay, bar chart. Do bar chart. Yeah, bar chart.
All right. Bar chart.
Okay, bar chart. Okay, is that bar chart?
That's bar chart. Yeah.
I can't see it's on the screen here. Hang on a second. I can't really see it. Can you make it wider so I can? Is it showing you the open, high, low, and close on those?
I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it shows this is the bar chart. I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay, so how about this? Okay, let's pull up indicators.
Okay.
Indicators. Okay, and you see moving averages. I think we should have prepared more, right? We should have probably.
Well, I don't know how to use. I don't know how to use Yahoo Finance, man.
Like, okay, whatever. Okay.
So I don't know where these indicators are. I can pull it up on. Yeah, I'm not sure how to put the indicator in. Like, I don't know where
at the top right. At the top right, there should be a thing that says indicators and it's got moving averages there.
Oh, technicals, indicators. Yeah, oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. Moving average. Okay, here we go. Got it. So we go 50-day.
Okay, do 50-day in red. Make sure it's in red.
Okay, it's in red.
You can change. Okay, and now click it again. Click again the indicators.
All right,
and put in a 200 moving average. Do the same moving average, but do it in green.
Okay.
And make the line a little bit thicker so it's easier to see.
Okay. All right, done.
Okay.
So we have the red and the green. The red is the 50. The green that's thick.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. What are we looking at? Like, what's the time frame? Look at the bottom. What's the time frame on this chart?
Well, this is just a day. Let's go back like a week or something.
No, I want to see. Okay, look at the 1 hour chart. Make it a 1 hour chart.
How do I do that?
At the bottom, I think. At the bottom of the chart.
1 minute. I see it. 1 hour.
Yeah. Make it 1 hour. Yeah.
All right. There's 1 hour.
Yeah. Okay. So that you see, there's a couple. Okay, actually, change it to This is what are you looking? This is app 11.
This is app 11.
App 11. Okay, go to this is a 1 hour chart.
I believe so. This is interval 1 hour chart. This is
make it a 4 hour chart because there was a specific chart I was looking at which looked really amazing. I think make it a 4 hour chart.
Volume not available.
It's the 4 hour for some reason always on Yahoo doesn't show up right. Okay, go make it a 30-minute chart. Make it 30-minute chart.
Here's the 30-minute.
Okay, now make it a 15-minute. Okay, because there was something I was looking for.
All right.
Yeah, I forgot what it was.
Here's the 15.
Looks like they go even. Okay. Now, there you go. So that chart, the 15-minute chart, right? Move it so there's a little bit more space on the right side. Like, can you just move the chart a little bit, like so there's a little more space so we can see? Because I can't quite see it on my phone. But okay. But anyway, so basically you have there you go. Okay. So what you have right now, you have a pennant forming. Like this thing is ready to explode. Like you have a very explosive setup on this 15-minute chart. It really you got these kind of breakouts happening. When I had it on my computer, I could see, but it was real. This thing really looks like it's ready to explode. The problem is if you look at the daily, right? If you pull up the daily on app.
1 day.
Yeah.
Here's the daily.
Yeah, so the daily, no, that's not the daily.
Oh, whoops, here it is. My bad. Here's the daily.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the daily, zoom out more. So zoom out, so make it, yeah, okay. So, okay, there you go, perfect. So this thing, right, give it a little more space on the right, like pull the chart back a little bit, like, so you get more space on the right, like it's just, it's a little bit congested.
There we go.
No, to the left. I mean, move it to the left, so there's more space on the right side. But anyway, look, the point is this thing. So the thing is this chart, right? This app chart. Can you hang on a second? How do I get this thing? Okay, move. Okay. I'm trying. You know what it is? I don't know how to explain. Yeah, you know, okay, just move it so there's more space on the right side, so we see more. Like, move it, push it.
I mean,
like,
it doesn't really let you.
I don't know. Okay,
I can go like this to get this side.
Okay, yeah, like that. But okay, I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, so the thing is, the chart is looking it's becoming like very unstable, like because he had this very steep climb, like the recent climb in the last like month.
It was like recent. It went from like 5 to 6 to 700 in like a couple of weeks, man, very quickly.
Yeah. So it's very hard to sustain that type of steep angle, right? It's a very steep angle. I can't, like, if I had it on the desktop, I can. It's hard for me to show, but it's a very steep angle, so it's like it's very unstable. So this thing could just go, but it could go parabolic. Like right now, App 11 is in a parabolic phase. All right, it has
explosive growth for sure. It's had explosive growth.
It's a whole, and you know, I don't know if I logged in late, but were you talking about the business? Because I actually don't know what they do. I vaguely know what they do.
I was starting to, and I got a little sidetracked. So they're kind of near me in California. They're by Stanford, like in Palo Alto, and they do mobile games. Like, so what they do is they make these mobile games that they use for marketing for like advertisers. So they kind of have, it's hard to explain, but like, have you ever gone on like YouTube, you've seen those annoying those annoying flipping games that they put on there?
Yeah.
Those like annoying predatory little games are mostly, not always, but that's okay. And so they make these kind of annoying games to get people to click, and then it's an ad.
Okay.
And it makes big money for these advertisers.
Yeah, no, huge money. So they're doing $5 billion in sales, right? So they're doing $5 billion in sales. So the company is valued right now at, I think it's trading at a 250 billion valuation. So 50 times, they're trading at 50 times revenue, which is like an insane number.
That is
crazy. It's basically insane. So, but the reason why, and so here's what's interesting. So Nick, you happen to have been involved with with the options. Obviously, you're bullish on the on the stock from a speculative standpoint.
Yes.
I don't know if it's something you see as a retirement, as a core retirement holding, but it's like a short-term speculative thing, right?
Again, it's not financial advice, but short-term, I see it as bullish. You know what I mean? And it's something that in the next year or so, I'll probably cash out and throw into something a little safer. But for the short-term I'm bullish on it for sure. Very bullish.
So it's interesting. So one of the things. So we have a stock, which is, now this is a former client. So it's not a client now. So it's not a paid content thing, but SYTA, SYTA. I think I told you about this, SYTA. Yeah. So we have a lot of people in our audience own the stocks. It's a stock, we introduced at like $1.20, went to like $9. But they're basically, so SYTA essentially is merging, or they're going to be acquired by a company called Core Gaming. The deal is done, actually. I'm sorry. When I say it's done. It's a done deal.
Okay.
So there's going to be a new symbol, I think, on Tuesday. The new symbol is going to be CHAI. I think it's starting Tuesday. But for right now, like for reference purposes, I'm just going to call it SYTA for reference purposes.
And so they're not going to trade under SYTA anymore. You're saying?
No, it's going to. As of Tuesday, it's going to be a new symbol, right? But the point is this, right? So Core Gaming. Well, I'm just going to use the word SYTA, referring to both companies. So basically, they're doing $80 million in revenues right now. $80 million in revenues, right? And it's the same business. It's the same exact business as Apple. I want to say the same, but it's pretty much the same thing. I'm calling it like a poor man's App 11, basically. It's basically that same business that App 11 has. They put out a bunch of these mobile games. They use like AI to create games. They have a bunch of like AI tools. That's like one of their big things.
That's what AppLovin does too. It's the AI tools, and then using those AI tools to onboard new advertisers, and that's where the money's at. Is people able to do that themselves?
Yeah. So Core Gaming or SYTA is doing that, right? So here's my thesis, right? So the stock is. They're doing $80 million in revenue. So in theory, they should be valued at, okay, maybe not 50 times the revenues, but maybe 10 times, okay? So even if it's, or 20 times, right? Because, by the way, this is like all of last year's number. So basically, this thing could be let's call it a billion, let's call it a 20x. That's $1.5 billion valuation. You back in what SYTA has. So basically, SYTA should be worth, I believe SYTA should be worth right now $9 a share, between $9 and $15, based on pretty much based on the deal being done, right? So I would say it's got a fair shot of, let's say, to be conservative, $9, which is where it was before, maybe $10 and $15 if they have some good news flow, things like that, etc.
Positive catalyst.
Okay. Yeah, so basically the stock, positive, there you go, positive catalyst. This is the, this is what we look for. We look for these catalysts, right? We look for, so here's the thing, Nick, so basically on this channel, we look for stocks which have 10x upside, where you can make it 10 times your money in about 6 months. So the companies have to have a couple things. So one is they have to be, deeply undervalued to start with. Like SYTA was, when it was $1, was very deeply undervalued. The thesis for buying the stock at $1 then was because of the merger. That was the whole thesis, not the other. So but the catalyst is very important. Like, what's going to move the stock, right? So now the deal is done. But here's what's interesting, right? Here's what I think is very interesting. There's like an old saying on Wall Street, buy the rumor, sell the news. You ever hear that?
Yeah.
Right. So here's the thing. So what's going on with SYTA? So SYTA had the big run up from first it ran to from $1 to $9, and the thing is, if they would have done that merger, if that merger would have happened, if it would have closed, I don't know, 3 months ago, whenever, the stock would have been a sell, because it would have already, that upside would have already been baked in. It would have been baked in. So, but now, but here's the great thing. The reason the stock started running on Friday, went from like $2.50 or whatever it was to $4 almost, was because nobody was expecting it. Like everybody, like most of the market doesn't believe in the story. Most of the market, like, first of all, they were not expecting it. They thought, oh, it's a scam, it's this, the usual stuff. With cheap stocks, everybody always like, oh, everybody always thinks, oh, like, it's a scam, it's this, is that, and so basically what happened is, so right now that upside is not baked in. So there's still juice left to squeeze out. I believe it's at least a $9 stock. So that's why I think it's going to triple this week. I think once the deal is official, where's
pulling up the SYTA one.
Okay. Oh, look at this here. There's a professional
so
here.
It seems like it was literally 2 something last week, like 2 almost the entire week. It looks like 230, 230, and then it popped to 350 on Friday, and then took a little bit of a breakdown to 3 at one point.
Pull up the advanced chart. Pull up the full chart. The full. Come on. Yeah, we're gonna make you professional, Nick. We have to groom you to be professional.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So we got this one.
Okay.
How far back?
There we go.
What indicator?
What is that? Is that SYTA?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
This is SYTA.
So okay. What time frame is that chart?
This is a 1 minute interval.
No. You got to look at pull up the 30-minute. Make it a 30-minute chart.
Okay. Here's a 30-minute.
Okay. So you see. So what's going on is I can't see the whole. Move it so we see more of the right side of it. Like pull it so like.
Okay,
no. I mean more of the
I understand.
The other right side. Yeah, the other right side. Yeah, that side. I want to see more of like.
I can zoom in too much. You mean
not
like that kind of expand some.
More. Yeah, more. Pull to the left, basically. I guess
it won't let me for some reason. It's
I don't know. Okay. By the way, how many people do we have watching?
120. It's not bad.
Oh, okay. I don't know, because I think there's some of it is Twitter. Some of it's Twitter.
Oh, let's see. It's 13 on YouTube and 107 on Twitter.
The YouTube, I don't know what's going on with the YouTube. Our YouTube is really very.
I have a stock Discord I'm in. I'll post this after, and I'll get it in there and get some people from that because they'll enjoy.
No, no. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So here's I get like thousands of people on TikTok watching this. The stock is the stock has plenty of eyes. There's no worries.
Okay.
So here's the thing, what you see on the chart. You have the moving averages up there.
Yeah, so the 200 is in the thick green, and then the 50 is in this light red.
I don't know if you can see. But there's a crossover. There's going to be a crossover. I don't know if it's the 30 or the 15, but where the red is going to cross above the green line. Do you see that?
Yeah, I do see that. Okay, I do. Yeah.
So that's a golden. It's called a golden cross, right? So that's a very bullish technical indicator. It's like a screaming buy signal, because what happens is when you have that golden cross, it triggers all the algos. So all these automated trading systems, they'll go crazy, and there's a massive surge of buying. If you look, pull up the 15-minute chart, make it a 15-minute chart.
All right, interval 15 minutes. Here we go. Well, and here's the 50 right here crossing over the 200.
Okay, is that the 15? You're looking at the 15, right?
Yes.
Okay, so do you see what happened after it did cross over? You see that massive surge in the stock?
45 per degree angle, basically. Going straight up.
The stock basically went parabolic, right?
Yes.
So
parabolic growth.
So essentially, that's what happens when you have the golden cross happening. So what you saw on the 15, the same thing is going to happen when this golden cross happens on the 30-minute chart. So basically, you can just extrapolate. It's the same thing, but actually it's more powerful. Why? Because the bigger the time period, the more the more important it is. For example, the 30-minute. And by the way, if you look at the 60-minute, look at the 1 hour chart.
Let me pull that up. Here's the 1 hour. Well, so it hasn't crossed it on that.
Well, no, but it's going to. It's going to probably in a couple.
It looks like it's coming up, and it will in a few days.
It's exactly. There you go.
But it hasn't yet. But the trend, look, it's definitely it's coming back up, and it looks like give it a day or two, and it'll cross it.
Well, there you go. So that's what I look for. I look for that trajectory. So it's going to be, like you said, like a day or two. I think it's going to be a day or two. And
it seems like a bullish thing. I mean, looked like just looking.
So here's what you have. So you have a couple. So what I like to see, right? Like what I like to see is what I call like a stack of these algo triggers, like a stack of buy signals coming up. So you have what do you call it? You have the 15-minute chart already happened. The 30 minutes next. 30 minutes next, then the 60 minutes. So those are all going to happen in the next few days, like one after the other. And that's going to be, it's going to be super, super bullish. It's going to be, basically, I think you can extrapolate. Notice why I'm excited about SYTA is you can extrapolate what you saw happen on that 15-minute chart for the next couple of days. It's that type of parabolic action. That's what, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do. Especially when you see those, when you look at the 15, 30, 1 hour, you can see where it seems like if the trend continues,
we're giving you a sunset here. Do you see the sun setting here?
Yeah.
Where is the sun? Where is it? On the left or the right?
Well, I don't really see the sun because of the whatever. But are you in San Francisco? You at Ocean Beach?
No. I'm in Ventura.
Oh, nice.
I'm in Ventura. Yeah. Just I'm out here. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyway, so SYTA, I think basically this. So here's why we're talking about app and SYTA. They're both basically the same type of business, same business. One is a more advanced company, right? Apple 11 is doing Apple 11 is doing $5 billion in revenues, and SYTA is doing 80 million. So SYTA is a much earlier stage. It's a much earlier opportunity, but it's the same type of setup. So I believe what's going to happen. Well, listen, you understand, right? It's kind of like once if app goes bananas this week, which I believe it will, whether it happens this week or over 10 days, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or next month. But Apple is going to explode. I don't know what day. It could be. I think it's tomorrow. But it's ready to go. I have the
same feeling. I don't know why, but I feel like that. I do. I think by the end, next little bit, it will.
Right. So here's what happens. So what happens is the market then starts saying, okay, what's the next app? Because a lot of people feel like they missed out on app, right? So they say, okay,
$700 a share.
Yeah, it's fucking very expensive. It's overpriced. It really is overvalued by all means.
I was buying it around $300, and I thought it was expensive there. I was buying around 300, 320, and I'm like, man, I don't know about this. But I'll take a chance,
Yeah, it's a hype stock. It's a hype stock. It's kind of it's ridiculous, right? So it's but people are going to be looking for the next one, and the next one is SYTA or core, whatever they're going to call it now, core gaming. So CHAI is going to be the new symbol. As of look, can you see the moon? We got the sun. So. You see the moon back there? You see the moon setting there? We got a full moon.
Beautiful. I see it right there. I saw it. I can see the moon.
There we go. We got the full moon. Full moon. It's unbelievable here. So basically, what's happening is that's why I think SYTA is such a great setup, because again, it's a cheaper version of App 11. And it's the chart. And here's the thing: at the end of the day, like, my opinion doesn't matter. What matters is what the charts are saying, right? Like, people can argue about fundamentals. Everybody can say, there's an old expression on Wall Street: opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one,
Yeah.
But the charts tell you the truth. The charts basically, like, when you see a stock breaking above the moving averages, it's very powerful. By the way, pull up SYTA.
Can't ignore that. Yeah. What about SYTA?
Pull up SYTA now. See if you can get the 4-hour chart. See if you can make it from the 1 hour to a 4 hour. It may not come up.
Oh, okay, here's the 4.
Okay, but do you see it's break? Pull it back.
It looks like it broke right here on.
Again, can you? Okay, so move the chart. No, but move the chart so we can see more of the
recent.
Move the chart to the left. Move the chart to the left. So, like, it's meaning like no to the other left. Yeah. Because I think you got the chat. We got people in the chat.
Oh, let me turn the chat off. Here, that helps.
Okay. Because so right now, move it more because you can see the breakout. Like, move the thing. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Do that. That's basically, I need you to do that with all the charts so we can see it clearly. Current action. Okay. So you see what's going on. We have a breakout above the 50 and above the 200. You see, we have a breakout above the 50 and the 200 moving average.
Yes.
Now on the 4-hour chart, it's a big deal. It's a big deal because if you zoom out, you see it's almost never happened before, or it happened like one. Like, this is a major event, right? Now here's what you do: make it a 1-day chart, make it a daily chart now.
Okay, here's 1 day.
Is it a daily? Is that the daily? No, it's not the daily.
Interval 1 day. Oh,
it is the 1 day. Okay, so zoom out. So make the chart like. So by the way, this breakout, you see, it's okay. Keep going. Okay. So you see, then you can go all the way back, but you see, this is a big deal because this stock has not broken above the 200 moving average in ever.
Years.
Okay.
Ever.
No. Okay. By the way, so when it does do that right now, see what you have. You have a very wide base. It's kind of like building a skyscraper. If you're going to build a skyscraper, a 100-foot skyscraper, you need a big foundation. So the bigger the base, the more it can go up, right? So now what you have is you have now escape velocity because there's no resistance. That moving average is that was the biggest resistance. Now that it's gone, basically the stock needs to go basically I think the number is 380. So it goes up. We need to have like 1 or 2 closes above that 200 moving average, the green line. I think is 380.
341.
I think, yeah. So I think if we get a couple of 350 type closes,
it won't have resistance and it'll propel up.
It could just, there's no, your escape velocity means, right? You went to like a UCLA, right? You're like a smart guy, right? You went to,
or should be for that.
With Rihanna was in your class, right?
Shakira. I had class.
Shakira.
But
you know what escape velocity is, right? That they tell you that
from physics. I know it from
physics. Okay, there you go. So they told you that. So okay, what does it explain to the punters what escape velocity means? Because you're more articulate than I. What does it mean?
I would say it's the minimum speed needed to get out of the atmosphere and to go into space without needing any assistance, basically.
More exactly. Yeah, there you go. So look, once you have it, you don't need any more power.
It can do it its own. Yeah, it has its own power. It can propel itself there.
without any effort.
No catalyst, no nothing.
Yeah, the hard work is getting past that gravity.
Yep,
but once you're out, okay,
you're good to go. You're smooth sailing. Yeah.
So this is what this means. That's what this chart is telling you, is that you have basically escape velocity, and this is what I call an asymmetric setup. Like the downside is very limited on the stock. The upside, it could be, this could go to 20. I mean, at this point, I don't want to say it's going to go to 100 because, in theory, based on the charts, it could go there. I mean, it really could because, there's another theory. There's another old saying on Wall Street, which is stocks like to go back to old highs. It makes no sense. There's no like scientific thing, but stocks, because what's the psychology? I don't know I think it's because I have no idea.
It could hit it again. Yeah, I mean, I think like that. Honestly, I think like that. I try to look at the old high or the previous high, and I'm like, hey, it was there before. It should do it again. And just if I just wait a little bit,
Well, that's exactly. There's millions of people like you who think the same way. It's not logical. It's not rational.
No.
But because of that, that's what makes these things like to go back to these old highs, especially if it gets catalyst. Now, I have no idea, like the new CEO, like what he's gonna do. Like we had an interview with him. We've interviewed him before on the channel. I think the guy's a very smart guy, but until he's actually behind the wheel of the public company, we don't know. Like we don't know like how if the guy can perform. Right? You have no idea
because he hasn't done anything yet. You're saying? I understand.
I mean, we know he's a smart guy. He's done the merger, but until he's running this thing as a public company for a couple, maybe it might take like literally 6 months. It might take a few quarters. Okay. People want to see, okay, can this guy increase revenues? Because the big story, look, what's going to make this thing sustainable, what's going to make this thing potentially a $20 or $50 stock, the only way this can go to 20 or $50 is going to be if this guy can show he can scale up the revenues like in a big way. Otherwise, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? So he has he's got a window. He's got to deliver. He's got a very tight window to show that he can deliver major growth. He's got like a honeymoon period of, I call it 3 months, 5 months. Maybe.
Okay. So that's wow. They really want a interesting. Okay.
All
right. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So anyway, what I like about these cheap stocks, like a $3 stock like SYTA, whatever it is, or these penny stocks in general is, I call it a perpetual option because, you got degenerates like you who buy these options that are expiring in 2 days.
Oh, I love the options. It's fun. I really like it.
Right. No, but the problem is the thing, you only have, if it doesn't work in a week or whatever it is, you're done.
Well, so my app Lovin', that was $1,500. I bought it on Tuesday. It was $1,550 for a call on Friday. I lost all of that, all of it.
Right.
I mean, I could have bought a couple shares with it or something.
But what was the strike on that? What was it?
702. 702.50.
It was a 702.
So I bought it in the money when it was. I bought it in the money when it was like 7. I bought it at like 7. But it was like $700, and I bought a 702, or maybe it was like 702, and I bought it. So it was basically in the money when I bought it.
Oh, I don't
buy it out of the money. I should have bought out of the money. I should have bought out of the money.
You know what? I don't understand that. I mean, listen, everybody's got a different kind of risk rule. I like if I'm doing options, I like deep out of the money, which have like a lot of volatility, so that way they're cheap. And if things line up the right way, like you can really hit it. Yeah. So it's like that. I'm looking for like a 10 to 1. I want to get 10 times my money, basically, at least 10 times. Otherwise, because options, it's too fucking risky.
It's super
risky. Options, you can lose all your money, right? So the thing with let's say a SYTA is there is no expiration date. You buy a stock like that, you can hold it for. I mean, when I say expiration date, in reality with these stocks, I always say they got like a year. They got like a, when we get into it, you got basically like a 6 month to 1 year window when they have to perform. If they don't perform, you got to get out of it because it means it's not going to happen ever.
It's not capital efficiency to put it in a loser. Yeah.
Because look, because the idea is I like these stocks. I look for stocks which are at an inflection point, right? When everything is supposed to happen, but if it doesn't happen, that means it's not going to happen ever, or may happen. Who knows what? But basically, if you're wrong, you're wrong, right? So if the company is not at the inflection point, then forget about it, because the whole thesis is based on it being at that inflection point. But we have basically I give it so it's a 6 month period. I always say, look, you got to have patience to hold one of these things for 6 months, because normally we're going to know if the stock is going to work or not within the first, I would say, 6 weeks. A lot of these stocks, usually a lot of our recent stocks have doubled or tripled like on the first day, like on day one of launch, right? So but then they consolidate, then they go higher, but like SYTA, I think, is in a very good spot. Anyway, next one is by the way, we got any super chats, Nick? We got to make some money here.
Yeah, come on, send money now. Support the stream. Come on, guys.
Yeah, do we got any? We got any chat, any audience stuff going on?
No, I mean, there's a few people. GD Chitana says, "What about WKSP?"
Oh, Work Sport. Oh yeah, that's another one. Work Sport. Oh yeah, we'll bring it up. Okay. Oh, okay. So this week, which one is okay? So this week, let's talk about bangers, because I'm talking about right now, people have no attention span, right? So they want to make money immediately. So this week, hot stocks this week, I think is going to be SYTA. Okay. SYTA, I think, is going to be super hot. Now, again, they're not a client, so whatever. I don't really care that much. Who is a client is ADN. ADN. By the way, pull up ADN on the charts.
Yeah, let me try to get their advanced chart. Snarl says, what do you think about holding SYTA through the merge and Chai ticker change?
No, okay. So here's, I think it's okay. I think it's I think that's what we were talking about. That's what we were basically talking about for the last 20 minutes. I think because the only reason why, by the way, this is not buy sell advice, not hold advice. I don't care what the guy does. I think the only reason SYTA makes sense right now is because the stock was cheap going into the merger. So it's not, the value hasn't been pulled forward. If the stock was already $10, I would say sell it. You know what I'm saying? In other words, if this was June, if this was when we were first launched and it was already $10 and they announced the merger, I would say, okay, that's it. It's done, because the juice has been squeezed out. I mean, okay, it might go up a couple bucks, whatever. Then, because what's going to happen is this. Here's what I think the reality is. After the merger, people are going to be excited, I think, for the first few weeks, maybe. But then maybe a month. But then they're going to say, okay, well, show me what you've done lately. What have you done for me lately? So they're going to want to see, okay, they're going to want to see major news flow. They want to see, progress, deals, revenue. Something. They want to see stuff, big stuff. It has to be, the bar is very high. It's a very high bar, because it's not a cheap stock anymore. It becomes more of an expensive stock. So there's a high bar, and whether it meets the bar or not, I have no idea. But I think it's good. I think SYTA is good for a double or triple, literally the next 5 days.
So this week or next week, with the $3 price point it's at now, you could see it theoretically just a lot of upside, a lot of potential upside.
I would say it's good for a double or triple. Well, let's talk about a stock. Let's talk about it. We got to pay the bills here.
ADN.
Nick, we got to pay the bills. Let's talk.
Yeah, here's ADN.
ADN. Okay. ADN. Okay, so look at that chart. What chart? What's that? Is that the daily?
This is the 1 day.
Okay, so pull it back, move it to the left, so we can see more of the on the right. So we see more of the. The other way. Other way. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so you see that. So right now you see where it's bouncing around between the two moving averages, the 50 and the 200.
Yep.
So that's a channel. It's like a spring. It's a spring. The more coils, the bigger it breaks out. Also, if you move it, compress it more, you see, because it's a pennant. Bring it, squeeze it back together, what the way you had it. Yeah, other way. Move it the other way. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay, stop. Okay, So what you have is you have a triangle. You see, like, it's kind of like creating a triangle type of thing.
Vaguely, yeah.
All right. So it's kind of like your physics class, right? So the thing is coiling. It's going to break out of this triangle formation. And when it does, I believe it's going to be like the move is going to be basically you extrapolate from the bit. I would say this thing can go to 12, 15 bucks very quickly. Wow. 12 to 15 bucks when it breaks out. Now, here's what you do. Zoom out, go to the 15-minute chart. One of them is showing a golden cross. I think go to the 15-minute. Okay.
Is it? I think I see the look right here. No. Like, look, they cross right there. Do you see that?
Yeah. No. So when, so that's what made it have that big move that you see later. Go to the so Friday was it was like a total roller coaster. Like, it makes no sense. What happened Friday, like, completely makes no sense. Go to the 1 hour chart. Let me see if the 1 hour chart is clearer.
Here's the 1 hour.
Zoom out, make it more, yeah. Keep going. Okay, stop. Are we above? Okay, so it's basically ready to go. The stock is ready to go. So what these guys do is they're in the hydrogen fuel cell business. You know this hydrogen fuel cells. Basically, you ever hear of a company called Airbus?
Yeah, they blew up.
No. So Airbus is going to be using their next generation of propeller planes.
Yeah,
are going to use hydrogen fuel cells instead of gas. They're going to use this. Everything is going to this new stuff. So they're using this stuff. The European Space Agency is using their hydrogen fuel cell. Basically, the applications are for like all the hot stuff now. We're talking about these air taxis, these eVTOL. Have you heard of this Joby?
VTLY or vertical
Joby. Yeah, exactly. Archer. Yeah. Basically, this technology, the hydrogen fuel cell, is much more efficient than batteries. It's cheaper, more because. But their guy went through a whole. We have a video where the guy went through the whole like case study, whatever. But this is the thing. This could be used for drones, robots, everything. And here's what I love about it. The stock is trading at a $10 million valuation right now, which is very cheap. It's got a $10 million valuation. They got like 150 patents or whatever the number. I don't know. It's 100 or 170, but they got a lot of patents covering the stuff, which basically are worth. They're saying 50 million plus. Plus, they got a business. They have all these contracts. They're still at the early stage. They also have a deal with the U.S. Army. They're making these energy packs because all these guys in the field, they need a lot of electricity to power like drones, their goggles, the night vision. They need a lot of electricity. Yeah, so you can't take a generator. The batteries, don't last that long. But the hydrogen fuel cell is very, very effective. And it weighs 25%. It weighs 25 pounds versus like 100 pounds for like a like a battery pack or something. So, so the Army is going to be using their thing. There's a lot of these guys have a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, 10 million value. I think this thing is worth at least 50 million plus. So basically, it's what I call a built-in profit, meaning like you're buying this thing at a 10 million valuation, and the intrinsic value is 50 million. We're not even talking about the growth or anything else. We're just talking about the assets, the intellectual property is worth like 50 million plus. So, but if you look at the chart, forget about my opinion. Look at the daily chart. Make it a daily chart.
All right, one sec. Let me go to daily. All right.
Daily. Zoom out. Make it a more bigger time. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. More. Stop. Okay. So you see, we also have a breakout. The breakout is happening now in SYTA, and if it breaks out of that, look, I think it's here. I think it has to break out of $4 on the far right. So basically, you're going to have escape velocity.
388.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly.
There you go. So we're going to have escape velocity. The next stop on this thing is around $9 to $12, which is like what you see. Where the stock was, I think, in last November. I think it was. But basically, there's not going to be any resistance till about $12, and even that resistance is going to be very minor. It's a very minor chart resistance. So this thing can shoot. Look, if this thing can go to $50, in other words, if this thing goes up 1,000%, if this thing goes up 10x from here, if it goes up 10x, it would still be only 100 million valuation, which is which is actually kind of cheap for
technology. When you think about what they're doing with that technology and with the contracts, it's actually surprisingly reasonable.
No, because look at Joby and Archer
they're worth a lot.
20 billion combined valuation, and they have no business.
No.
You know, they have
like
no
idea. No, they have no revenue. They have the idea of like hopefully partnering with Uber or something like that.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so, but the market's willing to pay $20 billion for that, right? But this thing is 10 million right now. So I think even if it goes to 100 million, by the way, I think a Joby or an Archer could buy, or they could do something with ADN, because the hydrogen fuel cell is a much more effective way to run those air taxis than batteries, you know. So but the chart, listen, my opinion doesn't matter. The chart is showing the potential. The chart like basically is showing you that this thing could go like literally to the moon. Like this thing can go to, you know, $50, $100.
Yeah.
You know, meaning basically a 10x from here would be, let's call it $50. It's only 100 million. And you know what I always say is stocks, you know, like under 100 million, they got a lot of what do you call it? Slack, because you know the short sellers don't attack stocks, you know, under 100 million. It's not worth their while. And there's much more. They have much more leeway, much more like, you know, people don't. They don't have as much. They don't have a high bar. Like if you talk about a company that's $1 billion, people have high expectations. But when you're 100 million, whatever, 100, 200, nobody cares. You know,
not really.
They look at it as that's why I think it's a great setup. You know, we got a guy asking a question here. What is it?
Oh, so is it still under a buy for SYTA? I think he bought some and he's up 9% already. Oh. But I guess you're saying, yeah. I mean, he's saying that there's a lot of potential. Let's do your own research, man. But it seems like
I can't. Yeah. We don't, you know, we don't give buy sell advice here. I'm just saying the story. Here's what's going on. Yeah. The chart has major momentum. It has major speculative momentum, and I think it's going to be a play like it's going to be part of the Apple oven play. It's going to be part of the same. It's going to be in the Apple oven universe. So
Apple oven's a very powerful story, you know. I mean, at least everybody talks about it. It keeps going up. I mean, it goes up almost every day, literally.
Look, here's the thing. Here's the great thing. Now, the problem with SYTA till now was that the merger wasn't done. So it's still, you know, now the deal is done. Now it's this. Now you're basically, when you buy the stock, you're getting this, you know, AI gaming company. You're getting now it's the AI gaming company. So now under the new symbol, which is going to be CHAI this week. So now this thing could run. So up until now was kind of like, you know, it was basically in no man's land. You know what I'm saying? It was no man's land. Like nobody could say like for sure what would happen, you know, because you know, you don't know for sure if the merger is going to close or not, but now it's done.
Yeah.
Like, no, because you know, so they were waiting for approval.
You don't have to worry.
Right. So it's basically the only thing now is we need essentially execution. The guy has to perform. So that's
just wait for the CEO to come in and see how he does.
Yeah. But that's gonna but there for that I think we have a grace period of maybe a couple of months, because nobody, you know, like we're not gonna know the results of any of his actions could be for months, right? Unless they have big news. So there's a lot of so basically there's a lot of upside right now. I think it's a very good risk reward situation is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not giving any buy sell advice, but ADN
potential Nick. ADN. Yeah.
What else? Okay, enough about me. Let's talk about you. What else? So what are you looking at? What else?
You want to know what I'm looking at right now? You want to know what I'm looking at? Well, so
because
I've
you're actually
Bitcoin.
You're actually
Bitcoin.
Okay, because you're a account, right? You've doubled your money. You started a month ago. You're up 100%, I think.
Well,
right?
so I'm up over that in my options account. I'll tell you right now. So I have a Webull that I just do options on, and I am up. My P&L all money weighted is 119%, but it's only been like 2 weeks.
No, but shit, that's good. That's impressive. That's very impressive.
Dude, on my first hit, the first thing I got was an NVIDIA, and then like the news came out, it went up like 400%. And I'm like, oh shit, I should just stop now while I'm ahead.
Now you're hooked. Now you're
I got it in.
Now you're hooked. It's like you got the first hit of heroin.
It's fun though. It's fun. I like it. I mean, so basically what I'm doing right now is on Friday, my thesis was, I think Bitcoin's going to hit an all-time high this weekend. That's what I thought. I saw that Bitcoin was going up. I thought that there was potential for us to hit an all-time high. And so I made some calls on some, I would call Bitcoin related companies.
Okay. I don't believe any of that shit. I think they're all scam. I mean, not scam, but it's like bullshit. Are you talking about? I think the whole thing.
So who do you think I'm talking about then? If I say that, like, who comes to mind if I say Bitcoin related companies? Then, like, who?
Well, the leader is MicroStrategy,
of course,
whatever.
Yes, whatever they call themselves now. Strategy,
whatever it is. Yeah. By the way, I think the whole thing with these companies buying Bitcoin, like, it's just the dumbest thing, because
get that. It shows your business has no, like, how is it that, like, your business is so ruined that now you're just gonna buy and hold Bitcoin? Like, it doesn't really seem like, it seems like you have nothing and that's just like a Hail Mary.
Thank you.
Like, all you can do is just, like, your software business is ruined, so I'm just gonna buy Bitcoin and hope it goes up. If it goes to 50,000, it's game over. Game over, sailor.
No, thank you. That's my theory. Because, like, look, if I want to buy Bitcoin, or for anybody who wants to buy Bitcoin, they could just buy Bitcoin, whatever the fuck they want to buy. They want to buy Doge, they want to buy Fartcoin, let them buy Fartcoin. But like a public company, like, I'm buying into a bit, like, you have a lot of the. So what's happened in the last, like, years?
I don't have a lot of trust in a company that's just like, we're going to become a Bitcoin treasury now. Yeah, all of a sudden, like, it's I know
it's a scam. No, because they basically they ran out of ideas.
Yeah,
so I think what happened. I think what happened was Michael Saylor, who's basically a good con man. I mean, I'm not saying the guy's a fraudster.
No, that's kind of how I get that same vibe too. I get the con vibe.
He's a great like
kind of manipulator type.
I don't want to say. I'm not saying he's doing fraud. There's no fraud. There's no fraud. It's all everything is pretty much
creative accounting, though. You could say
no. There's no credit. No, it's all transparent. But he's a great salesman, huckster type of guy, and I think basically his company. I don't know. His strategy never. It was kind of like a more. Not. I wouldn't say dead.
Business. I thought it was a dead software company.
It was kind of like kind of ran out of steam at some point or whatever. But he's always been a hustler. He was actually one of our clients back in the late '90s.
Really?
And his stock went up 100x then. That's right. It was one of our 100 back. Yeah. So but the guy was that guy is one of the world's great salesmen. Listen, it's like an Elon Musk or these guys are unbelievable salesmen.
He's good at selling Bitcoin, basically.
He
sells Bitcoin more than like strategy.
He's basically like a John McAfee. Remember John McAfee?
Yes, I do remember. I've seen the documentary on him.
He's like he could be twins with John McAfee, basically. You know what I mean? Like they're basically the same type of thing. I'm not saying personal. I don't know anything about his personal life, but what do you call it? So but you have now a bunch of these penny stocks that ran out of ideas. Their businesses failed, so they figured, okay, we'll copy.
That do more than just Bitcoin. There's some doing like, oh, we want to become an Ethereum treasury now.
Yeah,
become a Doge treasury and all these things because they're. Oh, hey man, we lost you. Let me drop the link again. Shoot, here, let me send our boy the link. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, here we go. He's back.
Hey, okay. Yeah. No. So what do you call it? So. Yeah, no, but there's a whole bunch of these guys. But the whole point is like, why they're all basically busted companies that ran out of ideas. They're all failed companies that now this is
like this. What if NVIDIA? Okay, let's look at let's pretend that NVIDIA was like, because they invest in companies, and like instead of investing into Applied Digital or whatever it is, they put $1 billion into Bitcoin. I think people would be like, wow, like NVIDIA, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I would not think that looks good for them. I think they would like.
You know what? Actually, no. I think no. Actually, I think if it was NVIDIA, I think if it was that particular case, I think the market would go absolute bananas. I think people would go crazy. Yeah, because NVIDIA is such a hot stock, and then you do because look, the Bitcoin thing. I'm not a Bitcoin believer. Like it's like a religion, right? Either you believe or you don't believe, right? I don't believe. You believe. You're a believer. But there's guys who are even bigger believers than you. They're like really crazy about this. They really think that this is like,
I'm not like that. I've mmade some money off it, so I see money can be made on it. So I'm trying to make money off it. It's just that, you know what I mean? I believe in it for that reason.
Right. So, but there's a bunch of real crazy true believers. They're hardcore. They're it's a cult. It's a cult, right?
It is.
So those guys would go so crazy that I think Nvidia would probably double.
That's a good point.
It would probably double in 2 days. But then after a while, people would wake up. They'd be like the hangover. You know, they're like, holy shit, what was I doing? What's like, Nick? It's kind of like one of your it's kind of like one of your weekends, you know, like, you know, you meet some girl, you know, one of these cougars, sends you super chat.
I like the cougars. I'm team cougar, but yeah.
And then you wake up in the morning, you know, it's like 7 a.m. and then
filled with regret. Yeah, I understand.
So,
can relate.
So but it would be a great play for Nvidia.
Okay, so that's okay. So Nvidia, I guess, is maybe a bad example. Yeah. That's fair.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I think we actually have, like, right now, a lot of companies, because they've all been pressure. You know what's happening is, listen, I think there's a major bubble. I think there's actually a big bubble happening with stocks, crypto, everything. And I think the crypto is going to really create like a major, what do you call it? It's a systemic risk. Because what happens is, you have right now so many public companies that have they're getting pressured by shareholders, by everybody, saying, hey, you got cash sitting around, you got to put it into crypto. Because then you got to say you're a crypto.
Microsoft, I think that Microsoft shareholders were trying to vote to pressure Microsoft to buy Bitcoin, and, you know, their board said no, thank you. But you know, all these people are trying to get you know, Harvard and big companies to buy it.
But you know, the great thing is this, right? So why do you think all these guys with these other like altcoins, like Ethereum or whatever, they want to pump up their crypto, so by getting these companies to buy it. So if they get these company to buy, you know, 10, 20, $50 million worth of that shitcoin, it goes up, right? So that's the whole thing. So it's like we have actually a couple of companies in our universe, right, that, you know, they're doing some sort of, you know, they're putting some money into crypto because, you know, they're being pressured to do it. It's the thing, whatever. So they may have 10% of their cash
to allocate.
Yeah, they may have whatever, which is whatever. Okay, whatever, no big deal. But or they may use crypto. You know, whatever. I'm not a believer, but, you know, but I do think Bitcoin could go. Pull up the Bitcoin chart, like.
Yeah, because it's actually, you know, it's interesting. One thing I've thought about a little bit is, like, I think it was maybe like, man, a few months or like 6 months ago, everybody was talking about, you know, the price and all that. And shit, how do I get the Bitcoin chart?
Bitcoin BTC-USD, yeah, BTC. Oh, there you go. Do the full chart. No, do it on Yahoo Finance. Go to Yahoo Finance.
Okay, sorry, Yahoo Finance.
So where do you think Bitcoin is going to top out? Where do you think it tops out? Like, and then it collapses?
Well, yeah. Okay, so I do actually think it. Okay, like, I firmly believe that this can go to like 180, 200, a million, and then back to zero. You understand?
Wait, did you say a million?
I mean, in my lifetime. I'm not giving you a time frame of it, but I mean, I could see this hitting like 180, 200 by the end of the year. Maybe a million in the next couple years, and then back to 10
zero.
Bucks, basically, back to under 1,000. You know, something like that.
Okay, I could see. Okay, so I
could see 150, 160, 170 by the end of this year.
Yeah, I think it could do that. I think it could go to like almost 200, maybe even a little bit over or something like that. Because what has to happen is it has to suck everybody in. It has to get everybody in. And then it collapses. That's the way the markets work. But here's what makes it even crazier. Because now you have, you know why I think it's a bubble? Because not only is it just the crypto, not just the investors, you actually have the president of the country
talking about it.
He's basically, but what does Trump know about crypto? Nothing. I mean, he's
I think nothing. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he has no knowledge of it.
And he knows it's a scale. Listen, and by the way, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Trump.
You're a Trump guy. I am.
But also at the same time, I realize, I know the guy's a huckster. He's basically
he's a hustler. And he's just he's not. Yeah, he's.
You know, he's selling like anything could, like, listen, he was selling the Trump watch. Trump shoes, whatever, water, what, like anything, like, and he's doing every crypto thing with his kids.
I think his son's running it or something.
His wife, you can't even keep track. You can't keep track of the whole, like, how much. So when that happens, I think, to me, that's like when something, what do you call it? When it jumps the shark. It jumps the shark. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think the shark has been jumped. I think we're in, or I should say, we're very close to the.
So can I say what I think? This is what I think. Yeah. I think, like, literally, okay, like a few months ago, I remember going to some parties and just like talking to some people and stuff, and like almost everybody's talking about Bitcoin, and they all know the price of Bitcoin and stuff like that.
That's the bubble. That's the sign of a bubble.
The bubble. Yeah, exactly. But now, you don't really have that now. I think that most of these people are, well, not that I mean, there's the people that are hardcore with it, but like I don't, like a few months ago, I feel like you could ask people and they knew it's 89,000, like they knew exactly what it was. And like I don't know, I've kind of noticed that, but that's anecdotal.
You're talking about like, what's the demographic? Like, what age? Like, what's the demographic?
30 to 45.
Okay, so it's like so that's I remember the first time I thought it was crazy was I was sitting outside of Starbucks and there's like three old guys talking about Bitcoin. This is like 6-7 years ago. I thought, shit, what are these old guys doing with, but they were like Bitcoin. Really into it.
Yeah.
Like, so but these bubbles can go for a long time. And this is actually, by the way, the Bitcoin has been around already 10 years plus, right? How old is Bitcoin?
I mean, like, something like that, like 2015 or something like
that. No,
around.
longer. I think it's been around, I think it was started in 2009.
That sounds right. All right. When was Bitcoin? 10? 2009. You're right. The inception was January 2009.
January 2009.
Or maybe it was invented in 2008. The paper came out in January. Okay. But yeah, around then, before 2010.
So I think at some point though, but it has to go, but it has to make, before it does the ultimate collapse, it has to like really suck everybody in, like everybody's retirement account.
150, 170, 200 is the good way. That's going to suck people in, don't you think?
Yeah, because I think the magic number is probably like the 200s, because when it goes there,
then people are going to think it's crazy. Yeah,
they're going to have like they're going to have
major promo on that. It's going to hit 500. It's going to hit. I mean, I guess that's where I was kind of going with that. Is when it was 70, 80, it seemed like there were a lot more people anecdotally that were into it, that were like anticipating this run to 100, and now that it's around 125, anecdotally I haven't seen as many people that are that know the price and are outside of the.
That's my question. Why do you think that is, though? That's very interesting. Why is that? You would think there'd be more people now.
I know, right? I don't know. I think that maybe some of them got out of it or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's another interesting thing, because what happens a lot of times, is in a bubble, people kind of take profits, but then when it goes higher, they jump back in and then
I've done that.
They take their profit. They think they're smart. Shit, I just made 5 times the money.
So many times. I've done that so many times. Yeah, so many times.
I think that's what happened with tulips. Like, people made money, and then at the and then they thought they were smart because it went down, and they said, "Oh shit, look at this! I timed it perfectly." And then it goes doubles from where they sold. So people then they go crazy. They need to get back at the market now, right? So that has to happen.
I should have just held it the whole way up instead of all that.
We got any chat? We got any chat? What happened
slow.
to you, buddy?
It's kind of slow.
Where's the peso can? Wasn't the peso
was
can?
Here. We saw him. Yeah, the peso can.
How did he find out about?
No
this?
idea. I didn't tell people. So
you didn't tell? Okay.
No. But because I was worried Curly's then gonna have a thing on. And
I don't care. That's good. Nick.
Okay.
It gets more. Yeah,
you're right. All right, I'll put it out there then. Forget it.
There's Uncle Curly. Oh shit! Hey, look, this is your dog. This. Hold on a second. This is a dog. Looks like one of you. You see this dog? It looks like, what is that? It's what kind of, you see it? No, that looks like your. No, it is. It's that, what is it? Some sort of like pit bull type of dog, whatever.
Yeah, a little Amstaff thing. Well, okay, so that was an interesting point about how the Bitcoin treasury companies, that's just not really a good, well, so what do you think about these companies then, like Robinhood or Coinbase? I mean, do you think those are, do you have any thoughts on those?
I have a bad taste. I bought Coinbase a couple of years ago, and I was making a little money, and then I took a loss on it, and I was like, oh, I think it was like, I was like, like I don't know, because I really don't believe in this crypto stuff. I really don't believe. Like I believe in the concept of using blockchain for whatever. I get that, tokenized whatever for other things. That makes complete sense. But people trading fictional currencies which have no basis or anything is like,
it's a little extreme. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to sound like I don't want to be like I'm a believer. No, what it is, it's like I've had it and I've just seen it go up. So it's like it's impossible to, you know what I mean? Like I'm actually not really a believer in it, but it's like I've had it since it, I saw it. I got some at 20,000.
No, but that's but here's the thing. You can't argue with reality. You can't say that, oh, it's a fraud or whatever, because the thing is going up.
Yeah.
Listen, the opinions don't matter. When a thing is going up, it's widely accepted, right? There's institutions of all. There's like, it's really part of the fabric right now, which kind of makes me also more like skeptical.
See, that actually makes me feel better about it, to be completely honest. The fact that you have institutions like BlackRock or Harvard and whatever, like these people like putting big money into it, and you have these like ETFs and stuff that. No, it makes it a little different to me.
Hold on a second. But can you imagine? Here's the thing. And again, I'm not like, I have no position in it, like either way.
Yeah.
But can you imagine what happens if all of a sudden everybody wakes up and says, like, what the fuck is this thing? Like, and then it goes to basically, once it starts dropping and people lose confidence, and then they realize, wait, this thing has no.
It's a computer program with no use case, no real value.
Yeah. I think Ethereum has like some sort of some of those things have like some sort of
they say Ethereum and Solana is more like useful, but again, I don't
allegedly,
know.
Whatever. But
yeah, to these.
But
people.
the story, the joke about sardine futures. You know that joke?
No, I don't.
Okay, so basically, there's an exchange and they're trading futures, right? Futures market.
I don't trade them, but I know what they are. Yeah.
So they're trading sardine futures.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's like the movie Trading Places with O.J. Simpson. Not O.J. Simpson.
Eddie
What's
Murphy.
his name?
And
Eddie
Steve Martin.
Yeah, there you go.
Or not Dan Aykroyd. I mean.
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah. So, what do you call it? They're trading sardine futures, right? The exchange, and one guy says, you know what? I'm going to corner the market in sardine futures. I'm going to corner the sardine market. So he buys up all the contracts for whatever it is, March sardine. He buys everything, right? And the expiration, the contract expiration date comes up. And he says, you know what? I'm taking delivery. Right, so nobody takes delivery. You can take physical delivery, right? You can say, "Hey,
but you don't want that. You don't want to actually have that."
No, but if you do, and it doesn't exist, people, it's like the market is stuck. There's a panic, right? So, anyways, he says, "I'm taking delivery." So okay, he says, "Okay, no problem." So he gets the thing. He goes to the warehouse, and there it is. It's packed. All these boxes of sardines, crates and crates. It's like 50 feet high, tins of sardines, and it says, "You know what? Let me, I'm kind of hungry. Let me try some of these sardines." So he opens up, unwraps a box, opens a tin of sardines. He eats one, and he says, "Oh shit, this is disgusting. It's these are rancid. This is like these things are it's busted. These are like." And he tells the exchange chairman. He goes to the guy, says, I'm filing a lawsuit. This is I was defrauded. All these sardines. He opens one after another, and they're all no good.
Yeah,
all the sardines are rotten. So the guy from the exchange says, "What are you kidding me? The sardines, it's not for eating; it's for trading."
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Bitcoin. But at some point, somebody's gonna realize, okay,
someone's gonna try to eat, and they're gonna have a problem.
Somebody's gonna try to eat the Bitcoin or do whatever, and they're gonna oh, this is and once what happens, once that conference, like, once the conference starts,
but so don't you think that right now that you have like max confidence? Like I would say in Bitcoin, this is
I don't think we have it yet.
You don't think so? Okay,
well, I don't think it's there yet.
Definitely going towards that though.
It's very close
with BlackRock and ETFs and Harvard, IBIT, and all that.
When you have the president of the United States, this is an 80-year-old guy
talking about it. Yeah, I couldn't imagine my 80-year-old grandfather even knowing what Bitcoin is.
Who basically believe. I guarantee you, his personal money would never buy Bitcoin. Like,
there's no way he would put any of his money into that. I don't believe it either.
Never.
Gifted it or something. I don't believe it either.
No, he buys real estate. Maybe he buys muni bonds or whatever stocks. He would never buy Bitcoin. So so when you have that, here's what I believe also about Trump is he's a guy that always. Yeah, he's really good at making comebacks. That's like very great. He's like king of the comeback. But also he's like a guy who like always goes bust. You know what I mean? Like he's always like pushes things like to the. So I think what's going to happen is at some point the Bitcoin thing it's just going to be a massive collapse of a lot of things.
Well, so then that ruins all the. So one thing that's interesting to me is kind of like there's a lot of these companies that used to do Bitcoin mining that are now kind of changing to data centers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it might that might hurt some of those companies. There's a lot of these Bitcoin miners and Bitcoin associated companies.
But it has to be, I think we're probably a year out. I think it's like, it has to really get into the 200s, like really, like I want to, like, when the people who are smart, who took profits, when they get back in, that's going to be the bubble. That's going to be the peak, when those guys buy the.
Well, so 150, 200, something much higher than what we're at now. I think that would do it.
Yeah, it has to. It has to go crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, we got any chats?
No, we don't. Let's look at some other charts. Other charts. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, let's pull up. I'm going to give you one of our other bangers.
What is it? I'll pull it up. What's the
okay? WKSP. WKSP.
Okay. WKSP. All right, let's get on to Yahoo Finance. Give me one sec. Worksport Limited. Okay, what do they do? What's Worksport Limited?
Okay, so it's a really interesting company. So what you ever heard of Tesla?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
So this is kind of like a blue collar Tesla. So basically, Tesla is really, is it a car company or a robot company? It's like it's basically
robotics or AI or car.
It's an innovation. Tesla is really an innovation company that started with cars. But anyway, so this company Worksport. So here's the big story here's why the stock can absolutely explode. They're doing right now. So what they do is they make a very boring kind of product. The revenues are exploding. They make these. Those. I think they're called. Pickup trucks. They have those covers that cover the back. Those people buy those. They call them tonneau bed covers or whatever they're called.
Oh, you're talking about the hatch that goes over the truck bed, so it closes.
Exactly.
It's a whole. No, it's a whole business actually.
It's a whole. It's like a $4 billion. It's like a $4 billion market.
No, it's huge.
People love trucks. They buy it. People are very into their trucks.
I'm a truck guy. Right? I'm a truck.
You have a truck? You have a truck?
Well, I used to. I don't anymore. Now I have an SUV, but I used. Okay.
If
I buy something, I'll get a truck.
So, what do you call it? So this company's doing. So they went from like zero. It was basically a startup. They went from zero. Now they're just not too long ago. They're doing 20 million in annualized revenues. And they're going to go to, right, the CEO is basically saying that they're going to get to 100 million annualized revenues in the next 12 months. They're going to hit that rate. In other words, they're doing like right now, they're doing about, let's call it $1.5 million, $2 million a month. And they're going to scale it up to 8 million a month.
Is that a realistic goal? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is. No, it is because
if you can scale that approprially, that would be huge.
So so we got a couple of we have interviews with him on the channel. But basically, look, they've built. So what happened is this company's been around for a couple of years, but now they've actually built out their infrastructure. They make all USA, right? So it's all American made, which is a big part of the whole tariff thing, right? Yeah. So they have and they have like also, I mean, basically they're able. Their biggest problem till now was actually making the stuff, like making enough stuff, because they have. So here's the thing. So they came out with a news release last week, which basically tells you what's going on. So they got three things happening. The sales are increasing, right? The sales are exploding. Their dealer count they went from 0 to 600 dealers of this thing, and there's like 17,000 dealers in the US, right? And most importantly, they're launching a new product. So actually, they're doing a new product. If you go to their website, right, what they're doing is they're doing the solar cover, but the cover is actually solar panels, right? So now, while you're driving or when your car is parked, it charges like a charger. So now you can use that for using what do you call it? Like a generator type of thing? What do you call it for?
Oh, yeah, like a Generac generator or whatever. I know what you're talking.
Except it's quiet. It's all from solar power or whatever. It's like $1 billion. It's a huge market. Can you imagine like your buddy Uncle Curly would want to have one of these things for his pickup truck when he goes like fishing, right?
Yeah.
He's got the solar power, right? He's got the solar power in there, and he's got it charging up. So he's got,
no, that's
electricity.
Cool. That actually has that has many use cases. I mean, that's actually, especially it's like a solar power built into. I mean, that's actually very useful.
So like so these are markets which you don't pay attention to, but they're like literally multi-billion. People are doing like $1 billion in sales in these markets. Like, there's that company. What is it called? It's kind of like that company Yeti, YETI.
I have Yeti. I have Yeti. I have some Yeti stuff, like some Yeti shit. I don't know why I spent $500 on a.
Well, there you go. But this is what I'm asking. I'm trying to find out who are these idiots who are buying this stuff.
I bought a $500 cooler from Yeti. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I was actually looking for a flask, a coffee, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they had a Yeti one was like 50. It was crazy money. It was like
50, 60, yeah, something like that.
I was like, what the fuck am I paying? What is it? That's crazy. I bought like whatever.
And they do have one reason why. Well, so like I've had a Yeti like a coffee mug that broke, and I call them and they send a new one, which is kind of nice. But whatever.
Yeah, okay, so whatever.
I mean, you buy.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Yeti, look at this market for Yeti. What do they? They make basic stuff.
They make coolers. Yeah. Let's get real. They make coolers.
Yeah, they make coolers, high quality. Okay. By the way, so this work sport, like they have videos on Instagram, whatever, showing that their stuff is like super high. It's like actually super high quality. It's like a Yeti. It's basically like they're like the Yeti of
Yeti quality. Okay.
But cheap or like reasonable price. They're not like a priced crazy. It's not like Yeti prices. Anyway, the stock is the trading at. Okay, so here's the thing. So if they go from, here's the use case, and you can pull up a chart, right? So if they go from 20 million to 100 million run rate, right?
Yeah.
I believe the market will be willing to pay a multiple of 5x. 5x revenues.
What's their multiple right now?
1.
Oh, wow. So we're talking like $15, $20 a share.
No. We're talking bigger, because if they go to 100 million, that means So if they go to 100 million run rate, if they hit 8 million a month, which they could do, let's say by next April or May, right? If they hit those numbers, or not even if they get close, even if they go now from, let's say, 1.5 million, 2 million, if they start hitting 5, 6 million, people are going to project forward. They're going to anticipate. Just like you anticipate. Okay, shit, Bitcoin is going. So they're going to anticipate. So they're going to buy up the stock. So I believe it's going to trade at a 5x multiple, which is a reasonable multiple for a fast-growing company. 5 times revenues, right? Not like 50. I mean, you got Apple Oven trading at 50 times revenues.
It really is crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's $700 a share, 50 times. I mean, it's hard to justify.
It's like a Richard Mille. It makes no sense. It's like It's so if it goes to 5x, that means you have a 500 million market cap, and you divide that by the shares. They have like 6 million shares, so which means this thing could be $80 a share, basically. I'm saying 75, because they're probably going to have more shares out. So if it can go to $75 a share, and still would be cheap. It's $3. Pull up the chart. Oh yeah, there you go. by the way, look at you zoom out, and
whoops, there we go.
And you can see on the daily chart, go all the way out, zoom out, like, and you can see like, so, okay, so there you go. So once we break out of the 200 moving average on this chart, at the far right, then I think you can go, I think there's a gap also at like 580, if I'm not mistaken. So the first target is $6. My first target is like six to $9. So like once this thing starts moving, once it goes above $4, I think it's going to go to like 6 to 9. But from that 6 to 9, it could go to $75. And again, like I said, it's look at the previous high.
Yeah.
The all-time high. What's the all-time high? Like 300? No, 150. 150.
Let me go further back. 158, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you look on the chart, if you
actually no, it is further back.
Yeah.
Hold up.
So I'm basically looking. So if you look at the 150 in the mid-range, in the 75, you kind of see that's kind of where most of the probably resistance would be, $75. I think that's where. So I think that my target would be like $75. Wow. Again, not buy, sell advice, whatever, blah blah blah. But here, what I like about the company, like we have interviews with the CEO of the company. You could see the interviews, and the guy's like this guy's a like
smart guy.
He's a very smart guy, and forget about smart. The guy actually executes, right? So it's a big difference.
Important. That's a big.
But also, you got to. But also, he actually is ambitious. A lot of these guys, they're not that ambitious, believe it or not. Like this guy really believes he's going to build $1 billion business. Like he's a believer. Like this could, like meaning $1 billion in sales, not market cap, but $1 billion in sales. Like that's his goal. Like what's impressive is this, right? This company started off as a penny stock on the over-the-counter market.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and now it's on NASDAQ, which is by the way is a major achievement because listen, I've worked in a lot of penny stock NASDAQ, OTC. Yeah. You know what percentage of them actually make it to NASDAQ? Like it's like 1 in 1,000, like maybe really? 1 in 500. Yeah, maybe at 1 in 1,000. It's very, very, the numbers are like so.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah,
stacked against you.
Yeah, so not only has the guy built a real business, but he's actually, succeed. He's gone. I mean, like, so this is to me that is very impressive. There's a lot of companies that could, go on NASDAQ and raise. They start off on NASDAQ, they raise a bunch of money, and it's just a bunch of, just talk and hype. This guy started at the ground floor and worked his way up. Right. That to me is very, very impressive. Very difficult to achieve. So if a guy could do that. So in other words, when a guy like that says he wants to build $1 billion business, I actually believe it. There's a lot of guys who say a lot of shit. Most of these CEOs, they're just great salesmen. They're like Michael Saylors, right? They say a lot of bullshit. But this guy has a track record to back it up. That's what I find so compelling. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, Nick. What else you got? Bitcoin? You bullish on Bitcoin?
Let me pull that stuff. Okay, so I'm bullish on Bitcoin. My thought was so I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Exactly, short term. And like on Friday, my thesis was I have a feeling that with the way the trend's going, we might hit an all-time high this weekend, and that did happen.
Pull up a chart. Pull up Yahoo so we can see the moving average.
Bitcoin, US dollar, Yahoo Finance. Let me get that one.
Go back to the original thing.
Yep. And so here we go. Yeah. So what we got?
Is that the daily chart?
This is 1 day. Yeah. This is.
Look at that. You look at it. That's the breakout. That's a very bullish setup. Look at that. It's a very powerful.
Look at this.
It doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to go down.
No. I feel like it's, again, I don't know, right? But it's like it dropped to like 109 or so recently, and people were thinking it was going to get below 100, and it popped right back above 110. So I don't know. I mean, I got lucky playing the MSTR in the Coinbase for next Friday, just because I thought that this would be going up. So I put some money into a Coinbase 400 call. and then a MSTR 360 call. That was kind of my thought. I was also looking at like Riot and Mara. Those were some other ones I was kind of looking at. Some of the other Bitcoin related companies, you know, but I ended up getting the call on Coinbase and the call on MSTR. You know, some of the other Bitcoin companies I've looked at are like Bullish. I don't know if you know that one. It's Peter Thiel's like crypto treasury, kind of like MicroStrategy, same idea, but for like institutions. So yeah, just kind of looking at that, and then I guess some of the other ones. Sorry, go ahead. You're gonna say something.
You know what? Okay, you know the idea is you need to do all the talking.
Okay.
I'm doing 90%. You need to do all the talking.
All right, fair enough.
You gotta talk about what options trades you doing this week. Options bangers.
So let me go. Okay, so let me pull up my coin. All right, so I have a Coinbase 400 call that I have for this week. I bought it on Friday when.
Pull up the coin chart. Is that the coin chart?
Yeah, this is the coin chart.
Wow, looks like wow, shit. Looks like it's gonna go moon.
Does it?
Very powerful. Yeah.
Well, you know what? The Bitcoin's pulling it up right now. The Bitcoin's pulling it up a bit.
You have, you have. Look at this. You have that gap on the left. You see that gap?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to close that gap, and you have a double bottom. It's breaking out above the moving average. It's very powerful. That's Coinbase.
This is Coinbase Global. This is Coinbase.
Wow.
I had a 360 call on this Friday a couple days ago, and it hit really well. It hit like, I don't know, 120%, something like that. So I rolled it into a 400 for the next week and like took a small profit, you know?
Okay.
And so I have the 400 Coinbase rolled over. But again, my thought was if Bitcoin goes up over the weekend and can stay maybe above 120,000, I think that all of the Bitcoin related companies open up big on Monday. That was my thought.
You know, how about, do you think Bitcoin is going to hit like an all-time high, like a new high this week?
It did the other day. It did this weekend, but it just broke it by like a couple $100. Like I think the previous all-time high was like 124, and it got to like 125.5, but then it dropped right back down. So like it did technically break a new all-time high, but it's not at that anymore.
What is that at now?
I don't know. Let's see. Give me one sec. Let me what is it technically at this second? We have it's at 123,600. 123,600. Yeah.
Where do you think it goes this week?
Where
do you think it ends Friday?
Where it ends? I mean,
Friday. How about 130? You think it goes 130?
No. I mean, you know, not this soon. It will, right? But I think that it's going to probably bounce around that 120 to 125 range this week. I think it's going to stay in that kind of like that 120 to 125. I could see it maybe popping 125, 126. I don't think we're going to, I think we're going to eventually break out to that 130, 140, 150. I just don't think that's quite yet, but I do think it could be sometime in the next month. I mean, I think this is the time of year for it. And I think that there's a lot of momentum with it. And then I think when you add, you know, I think the shutdowns and stuff, I know that, you know, that's just USA. But all the government
workers are going to be at home trading Bitcoin.
Yeah. I think that's bullish for Bitcoin. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I think it's bullish for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Especially with government shutdowns and stuff. I mean, that's, I don't know.
That's
all those big crypto bros.
Why do you think it's bullish for Bitcoin?
I think that with these people that are big into Bitcoin, those kind of religious Bitcoin bros, they would see, like, I've seen that, like, anytime kind of the government goes, like, there's issues with that.
Government, they see this as the alternative
or something, and it holds pretty well. It holds pretty well short term with that, you know? I honestly don't see Bitcoin going below 100,000 anytime soon. I really don't. I mean, I don't see it. No, I don't. I mean, I also, like, the lowest it got recently got to like 109, and it just barely cracked that 110 and it went right back above. So, I mean, I think with all the institutional support it has, it's, I feel like it's a little different time, at least right now, until that full rug pull comes out.
Yeah, no, it has to be right. No, I think this could be right now. This could, like, if it, it could be like if it goes above these levels, like people then really everybody becomes a true believer. Like if it goes like past
then they rush
130,
they're gonna rush in.
Like maybe 130 is the magic number, which like
I think 150 or 175, 200. It like one of those is like a really like 175, 150, 200. Those are insane. Where like
150. Okay, so I think 150, that sounds like a good number because 150 sounds like, holy shit, that's real money.
Yeah. Like, oh, I last heard it was 60,000. Now it's 150. It's going to be $1 million next time.
I heard. I thought it was they're going to say, hey, it was 10,000 just not too long ago, like a few years ago.
I saw it on the news. It was $6,000. What the hell?
Yeah, it was 10 grand. Now it's because 150 becomes like. That's like a house.
That's real
basically.
Money, man. That's real money.
I mean, that's basically like a house. Money. You know?
Yeah, in like a bad area, but yeah.
Well, yeah. But you know, I mean, well, during the housing crash, you could buy something half decent, like not too long ago,
sure.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's kind of like, but people see that, like it's
a respectable amount of wealth for sure.
It becomes. Because because once it goes 150, they're gonna say, oh shit, if it's 150, then it means it's gonna go to 300.
Yep. I mean, to me, it's like if it's 150, it'll go to 175. It'll go to 200. It'll go to 5. It'll keep going up. Why wouldn't it? There's no reason why it wouldn't.
So when do you think is the ultimate collapse? When like Trump's last year in office, or when like a midterm?
You know what? I can't look that far ahead, but I feel like that during Trump's term, it's a very, very good time for crypto. That's what I think. I think that right now is probably the best time for crypto in the US with like the regulations and that like Trump's going to do. He's going to make it really great for some of these businesses. I mean, I know the rug's coming out eventually, man. I'm with you on that, but I don't think it's going to happen during Trump's term. I think it's going to be very bullish during this. And I think that we're going to have a lot of upward momentum and a lot of positive catalysts to continue to propel Bitcoin higher in the short term of a couple of years.
So you're saying there's going to be government chaos in the next couple of years, which is going to be bullish
which is kind of helpful. Yeah, which is kind of helpful. I mean, like, because I mean, Trump is kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? Like that kind of helps a little bit. And I also think that he has a lot of policies that are pro Bitcoin too. You know, like a lot of pro crypto.
Because a lot of the key supporters are all Bitcoin bros. A lot of his key constituents. But the problem is also he's personally deep into it now. He's like really like completely hooked. His family, like his son, like everybody,
his son's running some crypto treasury.
All his sons, all his sons, like all of them are. I think the young one is worth like 150 million now.
I think he got gifted Bitcoin or something in one of these companies he's running.
He got some sort of like I think in one of these Bitcoin. One of these things he's got so Barron Trump is now worth 150 mil.
Oh wow!
Yeah, imagine
what a deal, right?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So I think it's going to be like one of these things where it's just going to just be like it's going to hit like insane levels before it collapses. It has to hit like really insane levels, and
what are the insane? Like, I mean, what 500, something like that. And
500. I think 500 is super insane.
Too far. That's not.
I think it's too far.
But you think like 175, 150, that's doable?
I think it'll go over. I think it can go over 200.
I do too. I don't.
Maybe even it could touch 3.
Really?
It could touch 3. Yeah.
What's are you thinking like in Trump's term? You think in this term
before it collapses, whenever it is? I mean, it could just go. Yeah. It could just. People might just get like there could be just one massive parabolic like last hurrah.
I agree.
And then the AI stocks, the crypto, because it's all related. It's all like everything is very correlated now. So all the AI, the crypto, all that stuff, just melts down. You know.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I could 100% see.
Yeah. So we got any chat?
No, there's no
Joby.
Let me pull up Joby.
Well, we got
little.
Nick. What do we have? Listen, you're here for super. Nick, I thought that we'd get you. You're gonna bring in the super chats.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I thought we're gonna get
chats.
I thought we're gonna.
Send money now. Send money now. I wasn't pushing it. Sorry.
I thought we were gonna get all sorts of cougars sending money here. I mean, I thought
that is what we need. That is what we need. We need
that's what you're here for. Is the bait.
The cougar. I need the cougars.
Cougar
for
bait.
Real. I
What is this? What is this guy saying? SYTA can only go up. Oh yeah. I believe it. Very bullish. Very bullish. Meaning this week.
Yep.
What is that? What is it? I can't see.
What do you think Core AI Holdings will be valued? He said around $9 is what he was thinking. Are you thinking around a 3x multiplier? I think he said it's a 1x right now. He said SYTA Mobile is also Verizon Frontline verified.
So that business, that legacy business, I have a feeling that they're going to spin that out. That legacy business that they have, which is like,
you mean?
Yeah, they're gonna spin it out. You're probably gonna get a dividend. They're probably gonna dividend it out as a separate.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're doing like 10 million a year, but it's losing money. It's probably they're probably gonna spin it out. So the upside for investors is you might get a dividend. You might get that spin out. You might get dividend shares or something.
Okay, he says Core AI Holdings should issue 19.93 million shares, but less than 3.5 million will be tradable. Core gaming shares are locked in and can't be traded.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the whole math of it. Basically, I think what happens is the SYTA shareholders, the shareholders now after the merger are going to end up with 10% of the combined company. So all my numbers are all based on my numbers are based on that. So in other words, if Core Gaming, which is doing 80 million, if it's valued at whatever 10x 800 million, so SYTA should be the shares of SYTA should be worth double what they are now, basically at the start. That's kind of what it's based on.
Chris
so it's
says
kind
with the float this low, it could skyrocket next week.
No, yeah, I think I think whatever it is, like what matters right now, I think what matters with SYTA right now is the chart, like the numbers. Because the problem is these valuations, all the stuff, I think is kind of irrelevant because what you see happening with App 11, like if App is trading at 50x, that just makes everybody
all up, brings them all up.
It's the rising tide, and people are not. And here's the thing: nobody's really going to go through all these numbers yet. Even like it's basically what matters now. What's going to matter this week is the chart action and how the new CEO, what kind of news flow. Basically, the next 2 weeks is the kind of like where all the money can be made in SYTA, I believe. And after that, who knows what happens? Yeah, maybe it pulls back. It might overshoot, pull back, and then whatever. But I think it's good for a double. Bottom line is I think SYTA is good for a double or triple. That's my
short term. I mean, yeah, that's nice.
That's my personal opinion, not advice.
Yeah, it's just not financial advice, but it seems like it looks like it's something worth looking at when there's a lot of potential there, especially short term bullish catalysts. For sure.
Yeah, Nick, I think the coin thing is going to work out because the coin looks like it's going to explode.
Oh yeah, I feel good about the coin. It's 400 and it's like 380 right now, and then the Mister is 360 call, but Mister's at like 360 right now with the Bitcoin pump.
Yeah.
So those will both be pretty good.
But do you think? Well, let me ask you. Do you think it's like too much? Like because you basically have they're correlated. It's the same. They're basic. It's like two stocks, but they're based on the same.
Well, it was a little, yeah. I mean, I'm just learning how to do the options, and you know what? Okay. I do think that I've made the mistake of maybe allocating like too much of a percent to
you're heavy in the Bitcoin. Basically, like you might as well just buy one of them. But actually, I'm wrong. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you know what? Sometimes, I shouldn't say it because sometimes you have a situation where they perform. Who knows? Like it doesn't matter.
Who knows?
It's the same.
Who knows? It's
at the end, look, if it works, it works. It doesn't matter.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. Honestly, you know what it was? I saw Bitcoin going up, and I'm like, you know what? I think there's a chance for this to hit a high this weekend. I'm going to throw a little bit of money in this for a week out and see what happens. And I just got lucky. It seems like.
Yeah.
We'll see tomorrow, but that was really it. There was no, you know what I mean? I do have, what else do I have for this week? Let me see. I have a NBIS call. I don't know if you know them.
Pull up the chart.
Let's look at them. They do like cloud stuff with NVIDIA.
Oh.
What is this? This is a 1 hour. Let me do the 1 day. Here it is.
Wow. Shit. Wow, you really like these like runners.
Huh? You know, what can you do, right? Yeah, I got this one. I got a lot in this actually between stocks and options now.
Wow.
I like this one.
This thing also looks like it's about to, like, because a lot of these stocks look like they're about to have like some massive.
They got a deal with Microsoft, and then their price went up like 30% basically overnight. And then they're thinking that they might get a deal with somebody else too, and then it could pop up another little bit. You know,
no, it looks like it may like all these stocks. They all look like they're about to have like one last blow off. Like it could happen, like one last move, which could be like big, like it could be another 30% or something.
Yeah,
which is enough for your options, basically.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I got a Nibius, and then I got. Have you heard of iron? You know what iron is? Iron?
No. What is that?
Got an iron. It's actually a Bogan company. It's a Bogan company. They're down under. Yeah, they're Bogans. They're Bogan company.
Okay. But, hang on, Nick, my battery's about to die.
All right,
I gotta hop. Up. You can continue whatever. See, but it's up to you. Yeah, I gotta hop. My battery's.
All right, we'll chat later, man. Thank you. I'll finish this up later. All right, so another one I've been looking at is this Iron. This company Iron. They do some data center stuff. They do like data centers. My understanding was that they used to do Bitcoin. They used to do Bitcoin. They used to do Bitcoin mining. And I think that they have so it's an Australia company that used to do like Bitcoin, and now they're trying to do like AI cloud services, something like that. And so they're trying to do like renewable energy for data centers and that type thing. So I think that they have some deal with NVIDIA where they get like better GPUs or something like that. Let's see what it says. Recent developments signal a strategic shift for Iron, positioning itself as the AI cloud space by doubling GPU capacity, aiming for over 500 million in annual revenue by Q1 2026. The move, coupled with recent buy ratings and increased price targets by leading analysts and firms, reflects confidence in its potential growth despite current financial constraints. The recent uplift and stock price to over 47 demonstrates strong market reactions. All right. The strategic decision to double its AI cloud capacity to 23,000 GPUs is coupled with a target of achieving over 500 million in annualized run rate revenue by the first quarter of 2026. The investment involves procuring advanced GPUs from NVIDIA and AMD totaling $675 million. So this is something I've invested in. I have some money in this. I have some calls. I'm bullish on this company. Again, not financial advice, but I am bullish on this company. It's something I really just learned about. I honestly hadn't even heard of it a couple weeks ago. And once I learned about it, did a little bit of research, it was something that was interesting to me. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Oklo. I don't know if people know Oklo, if they know Oklo. I kind of like Oklo or something like that. Oklo isn't really something I know much about. It's not really something I trade. I don't really know these like nuclear energy type things. Something I've been a little interested in, I would say, would be the quantum computing stuff. I am interested in quantum computing, but not really for the reasons people would say. I mean, so a lot of people, I think, see that quantum is really going up kind of exponentially. I guess I don't really have the same thoughts on quantum that a lot of people do. I don't really see any use case for quantum. I see no use case for quantum whatsoever. I don't understand the purpose of quantum. I have some IonQ. I have IonQ shares. I own IonQ shares. I'm up, over 100%. I don't know, 150% on the IonQ shares. I've been trying to find a good time to sell it because I don't know. I have concerns with IonQ. The same reason why I have concerns with, like, if you look up like D-Wave and Rigetti and all this stuff, like Like, oh, what is it? RGTI, Rigetti. I mean, like, I don't understand the valuations on these. I really don't. I don't understand how you have. I mean, this was $1. Rigetti was $1, like not that long ago. You go back to, what are we looking at? No, that's $2 in February. Okay, so what was it in December? $1.20, and now it's 40 fucking bucks in a year. That's 40% or 40 times. 40 times. 4,000%. 4,000% in a year. 4,000%. I mean, I don't know what they even do. You know what I mean? I don't really understand what these companies do. I'm not sure what they're doing. We have D-Wave. That's another one. I think that's qubits. I mean, like, I don't understand this either. I don't understand what they're doing. I don't know what the use case is. I think if you want quantum, you should maybe buy Google. You know, if you want quantum, you should maybe buy Google, because Google has that Willow. You know, I mean, I think that if you want to buy quantum, maybe you buy Google. You know, I know that maybe you're thinking there's more upside on IonQ or Rigetti or D-Wave or whatever, but I mean, Google's definitely into quantum. They got that Willow, they got the chips, and I'm pretty sure that they have a deal with, or no, they don't. It's who has the deal with IonQ? Amazon. Amazon has a deal with IonQ. Amazon, on their Amazon Web Services on AWS, has a deal where you can rent the IonQ, you know, whatever it is, the IonQ materials, their computers or whatever. You can rent it to do your trades or, you know, whatever. But so I just don't really understand what that quantum is really doing, you know, like what the use case is for this, because they've all exploded. I mean, this is IonQ, this is Rigetti, and this is D-Wave. And I don't think any of these companies have any revenue. Like, I mean, I'm not sure, but I don't think that qubits, I don't think Rigetti, and I don't think IonQ really have any revenue whatsoever. And if you look at, you know, look, we got the 200-day moving average on IonQ is 38 bucks. The 50-day moving average is 50 bucks, but it's $73, 73 bucks. And that's expensive. That's expensive. That's expensive. And now we have Rigetti. I think Rigetti is in Berkeley. I'm pretty sure this one's the one that's in Berkeley. So we got the 200 at 13, we got the 50 at 19, but it's at 40 bucks. It's at 40 bucks. And it went from like 30 to 40 very, very quick. Very, very quick. And again, you look at $2 back in at Christmas, $1.90 at Christmas, $1.94. I mean, that's a pretty crazy return for less than a year just on the stock, you know. What was this in February? $3.88. $3.88. Now it's 32. So basically 10x in less than a year on the stock alone. 10x. 10x just on the stock. No options, no anything. I mean, that's kind of absolutely insane. I want to go back to Oklo. I think I was about to start talking about Oklo, and I got a little distracted. So they do like advanced nuclear energy, something like that. I guess they say that's the future. They say that's the future. It's trying to like do nuclear fission or something. I don't know what that is. No idea. But okay, so nuclear fission, clean energy. That sounds good. That sounds good, you know. So my understanding is that Oklo is trying to do like clean, affordable power at scale. and it's supposed to be able to operate for a long time, like decades, without having to refuel, which is kind of an interesting benefit if you're doing some nuclear technology, but you don't need to refuel. And so I guess this is what you need to actually power a lot of those data centers, those like hyperscaler data centers. They would use Oklo. But it seems like it's also very speculative, because it's like, I don't think it's actually had any use case yet. You know, it's like they have a $20 billion market cap, but I don't think they have any sales. I don't think they have any earnings. I don't think they have anything really. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I think it's the same as like D-Wave or Rigetti. Like, I mean, they have no sales. Like, I'm pretty sure if you look up D-Wave, they had like $63,000 in sales. That's a fact. Like D-Wave Quantum, they had only $62,000 in sales for a company that's like on here. It makes no sense. How are they worth, like, you know, what they're worth with only 60 grand in sales? I know Oklo, you know, they have their new reactor, you know, they have some reactor in Idaho that's like supposed to be a big deal, but this is years away. Like, there's no revenue from this yet, you know, but I guess the theory is that this is how you power the data centers, you know, and this is how you do it. I mean, it seems like you know, there was a minor correction last week, you know, but there's definitely an upward trend, and kind of like definitely a bullish thing. It's gone above I don't know, I think it's gone up to like 130 recently. You know, it seems like if you want to trade that momentum, the upward trend is probably going to continue. Not financial advice, but, you know, it seems like, I mean, I'm assuming it's going up. I mean, I got OKLL, I got some leveraged Oklo shares, thinking that it's going to go up a bit. I mean, the thing is, though, if it doesn't and it kind of goes sideways, I would think that the downside could go down really quick, because it went up so fast. When you see, you know, when you get the moving average, the 200-day at 50, the 50-day at 87. I mean, we're at 50% above the moving average at 120 at the now price. So it's like you have a little bit of correction, go back down to 100, go back to 90. Something like that. It could really, really drop. So I don't know. I guess you really got to be careful. You got to manage your risk, or your risk. Yeah, manage your risk on that one. Manage your risk on that one. But a lot of upside potential, I suppose. And Nibius is one that I really like. Nibius is this is one of my largest holdings actually now. Nibius. Not my largest, but one of my largest outside of Mag 7. Outside of Mag 7, I believe that Nibius is my largest holding. To my knowledge, I'd have to like look, but if you take out Mag 7, Nibius is my largest position. And they do AI infrastructure, cloud, you know, like that high performance GPU AI stuff. And I know that what they're really doing is they're leveraging the NVIDIA hardware to scale their AI compute power, you know? And so the thing is they have a lot of those connections, you know, but the thing is they're not making money. They're still not making money. And so it is very speculative still, because you know, there's no money. There's no money at all. So here, give me one